A woman runs to her house, but when she goes inside, she sees that her mother has ended her life. She hugs her mother's cold body and cries loudly. In the middle of this restlessness, her husband comes home, but he does not care about his wife for even a moment. He just tells his people to separate them both. In all this, the woman's patience breaks. She picks up the knife lying near the bathtub and directly turns it towards her husband. There is only anger in her eyes because her heart feels that her husband was the one who forced her mother to take her own life. But the husband does not soften at all. He coldly says that this was the result of her mother's wrongdoings. Seeing such indifference, the woman's heart completely breaks. She turns the knife towards herself and without thinking stabs the knife into her own stomach. She has only one aim: to return her life back to her husband. At that moment, all the memories of her marriage come back to her, and then she realizes that she was only a means of revenge. The husband's real secret comes out. 20 years ago, her father had killed her husband's parents, leaving a small child alone. That day, that child had vowed that he would take revenge. After growing up, that man, to take revenge, went to his enemy's daughter and trapped her in his web, married her, and from that moment started playing his game of revenge with her. The woman thought that she had found true love, but it was all a conspiracy. One day, the woman happily tells her husband that she is going to be a mother, but the husband chokes her and shouts, "Whose child is this?" The woman keeps saying again and again that the child is his, but the husband shows her a medical report that he had already gotten an operation done, so the child can never be his. The husband calls the doctor to get the child aborted. No matter how much the woman pleads, the husband does not listen and gets her child killed. Drowned in that grief, the woman gets a call from her mother. Father is sick and money is needed for surgery. All the money is under the husband's control, so she helplessly asks her husband for money, but the husband gives her divorce papers and directly refuses. The woman cries, begs, folds her hands in front of him, but the husband remains like a stone. She secretly goes to the house to take her old jewelry, but the husband calls the police, accuses her of theft, and sends her to jail. Even in jail, her pain does not end. She is tortured there. On the day of release, the mother meets her outside, but the father is not seen. The mother tells her that the father ended his life when the daughter was sent to jail. The woman breaks down, hugs her mother, and cries. At that moment, the husband comes back. The mother pleads to spare her daughter, but the husband coldly says that, "Bring my parents back, then I will spare her." That day, the mother faints in anger. Returning home, the husband again tortures the wife. The next day, when the woman wakes up, she gets a farewell message from her mother. The mother also commits suicide. When the woman goes to her mother's house, she sees that her mother's body is in the bathtub. The woman, going mad with grief, attacks her husband, but the husband still remains cold and says, "This was the result of your mother's mistakes." The husband thought the wife would not be able to do anything, but that day the wife tries to end her life in front of him. In the last moment, everything changes. Will the husband regret what he did? Tell me in the comments.